Nutritional deficiencies are one of the reasons why foundationally we actually become ill. When we drink alcohol, it actually has such a huge impact on our nutritional deficiencies by affecting the liver and putting our liver into actually a weird detoxification phase that's called detox phase 2. Our liver has massive amounts of functions, over 500, and one of them is actually to delegate nutrients throughout the body to address and to recalibrate many of the nutrients that we're missing. I don't know about you, but there are so many of us who are having a glass of wine here and there, thinking that a glass of wine a day is beneficial, when in reality, all of the health benefits are negated by simply by the alcohol content. So forget about the resveratrol, forget about the probiotics that come from fermentation. They're actually, its impact on our microbiome is absolutely detrimental and will harm us. And so if we don't change this societal norm that a glass of wine at the end of the day is going to be beneficial for us, and we let go of this dark humor around alcohol being just really necessary just to cope with all of life's little things that come up, there are some massive detrimental illnesses and health concerns that can happen. And we really want to avoid those because we can. This is a place where we have so much empowerment. My name is Natalie Pelto, and I am one of the co-founders for Blue Life RX. I have spent 21 years with a healthcare background and another 10 years in different nutritional avenues where I fell in love and continued my schooling and continued certification after certification to end up with this amazing lifestyle medicine certification that I love to use and share with you guys so that you guys can have some free empowerment and know what to do today to make some changes. Simple, small changes that are going to make major, big impact. I'll share vulnerably that actually I did not find myself obsessed with health. I actually, there was a family condition that happened to us for me to even realize that nutrition and health was even anywhere to be worthy of being on my radar. And I will vulnerably say again that in the past, I lived with the motto that I would sleep when I was dead, and I lived a life very much so immersed in the party life lifestyle all the way up till I was close to my 30s. And it had such an impact for me now, knowing now what I do, it inspires me to share about this topic. I did a lot of things that were very harmful to my body. And I know that many of us, we live in this space where we think that drinking that wine or any kind of alcohol, really, the beer, the wine, that it's a great way to cope, that it's not really harming us that bad. But it's these incremental small doses that actually of risky substances that do have a lot of that do create a lot of damage over time. And so I wanted to share a little bit about my story, but I also wanted to share a little bit of the reasons behind why we want to take action in this. And it's a conversation that nobody ever wants to have. Nobody ever wants to talk about giving up their glass of wine. It's like we hold on to that, like we literally hold on to it like it's our lifeline. We think that we're free when we have these things happen to us. We think and feel that we have this coziness. I think it's been described, this coziness and this lack of suffering when we're in the thick of it. But one really powerful statement that I have heard about this was that when we are in the throes of any type of addiction, even if it's not a massive one, we are borrowing out of tomorrow's happiness for today's coping. And that's really sad when we think about it. And this is not judgmental. This is like how I used to be. And we lean on these things thinking that they allow for freedom, but we know that the next day when we wake up, we feel awful. We know that our health is declining whenever we do this on consecutive days, whatever it is. We know that, and this can happen when we think about addiction. I'm talking about alcohol today and nutritional deficiencies, but that is the long-term issue, is that these microdoses of toxicity over time, compounded with our cleaners, the foods we eat, our alcohol that we drink, all of these impact our nutrient capacity. And our nutrient capacity has this important role to help us function properly. our food is literally like the gas that makes our heart beat. It's like um, it's the start button that helps our kidneys, filter. It's really, really something that we don't often think about. And when I did my certification in nutritional therapy, it was like mind blowing when I learned about the impact of epigenetics and the impact of genetic expression from the foods that we eat, and how so many of the things that we do in our just typical day to day is harming that massively. And so on the flip side, though, we could choose differently, right? We can choose to bring ourselves back away from that, whether it be doing, well, the most important and valuable thing is to find better coping mechanisms, or to just become so happy and comfortable with ourselves that those things don't even impact us anymore. Swapping from addiction to addiction will not help. It will still just affect our microbiome, and it will affect our epigenetics and our nutritional deficiencies. So moving forward in a way that's empowered is going to be super helpful. Lifestyle medicine does this. So how do we take action on this? So from the story, from my own hardships, and from my vulnerability, I hope that you guys have a little bit of interest in learning about these things, which I highly, highly recommend. Lifestyle medicine is a compilation of different medicine pillars that help support all of the things that we need. So risky substances is one that impacts our nutritional deficiencies. We also have, sleep that also impacts our nutritional deficiencies, all of these things. And so I wanted to just share this little video to give you guys as much information and value as possible on addressing where one of the highest places that we're being impacted without even knowing it is through that glass of wine and nutritional deficiencies that are impacting us in our day-to-day. If you're waking up in brain fog, you are deficient. We know that 100% of the Canadian population, I'm from Canada, is deficient in vitamin D at one time of the year. Most of our entire world is deficient in magnesium. So these things do impact us and show up in symptoms and a dysregulation of the chemistry in our bodies. So what do we do? Well, we join this beautiful Blue Life membership that we have, Milena and I, Dr. Junot, she and I have created and collaborated to create Blue Life RX, this wonderful company, and a membership portal that will allow you to dive into a lot of these topics. It is based in lifestyle medicine. It has amazing, amazing amounts of education in micro amounts so that you can learn weekly and not 3-hour long sessions, 10 minutes first, just like this video, where you get to have some impact, and also coaching. So it comes with coaching, which is absolutely amazing. Having high performance coaching is one of the greatest things, in life coaching and Q&As, all of these things. Imagine having access to a nutritional therapist and to a physician on the regular to ask all those weird questions that maybe you were too embarrassed or don't have time to make an appointment for your family doctor. Imagine having access to the lifestyle education that you want. We know that the world is craving it right now, and we are so happy to bring it for you. So make sure to register, make sure to dive into the Blue Life RX membership. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us.